Lately, the discussion ripples after the launch of PowKiddy V90. The GBA SP lovers in the community show great interest in this machine. Today we're gonna show you how it is. Let's list some data so you know what to expect. First, V90 shares the same all-winner F1C100S ARM9 based hardware with new BitBoy, PocketGo, and Q90. That makes it house the same OS Linux-based NxHope. Unfortunately, it's a closed-source system. The screen size is the same as Q90, with a 320 by 240 resolution, and it's an IPS. It is said that the battery can last for 4 hours, seems like an average capacity. It claims to support 15 major emulators. Here we'll list some of them. And it supports PS1, of course. V90 is clearly a clone of GBA SP. The build quality is far from what it was for the original GBA SP, for it's only $40. The thin plastic shell makes it super light in my hands. The clamshell design is quite unique. We are happy to see that there's an option for GBA SP fans. Instead of branding PowKiddy, V90 has a 64-bit logo here. Fair enough. Like the GBA SP, there is a switch and volume control on both sides of the machine. Below the switch is the TF card slot, on which OS and ROMs are stored. The volume is adjusted on the roller. There are no ports on top of it. One more pair of shoulder buttons is added compared to the GBA SP. The shoulder buttons are small, and since they are close to each other, it's not so easy to press on. You know what? My instinct is telling me that I won't be using the shoulder buttons that much. At the bottom of it are a Type-C port and a 3.5mm audio input. Let's flip it. Listen to this clicky sound when I flip it. I don't know, this is super satisfying. The control layout is identical to GBA SP, but GBA SP places its button lower than the shell to protect the buttons, whereas V90 only uses the height difference in the screen to make sure the buttons fit. Really not much to talk about this D-pad. This looks like an LDK one, only a little tighter than that. The speakers are placed down on either side of the panel. I see some people in the community saying that games will have screen tearings due to hardware defects in V90. As we can see, it's true. Because it shares the same hardware with PocketGo, Q90, and new BitBoy, their game performance is probably the same. You won't expect any improvements in V90. Besides, this pocket machine is tiny and the D-pad is tight. It's tiresome to play just for a while. There is some delay in fighting games. Though V90 supports many other emulators, I think it's best for GBA games. Well, ain't it a GBA SP clone? To be honest, I'm surprised by a GBA SP clone being capable of PS1 games, though the screen tearing is a bit obvious. V90 just maxes out when playing 3D games, but totally handles 2D games. Playing PS1 games without a joystick is just soulless. It's not very flexible when we can only control the direction using a D-pad. Also, V90 actually has a vibration function. Mainstream handhelds nowadays are candybar, which makes clamshells a rare bird. The development cost of the clamshell is definitely increased, and the current price of $40 is the same as that of the Q90, so I think this price is quite reasonable. For a machine that can play low-demanding PS1 games, an extra pair of shoulder buttons guarantee the game experience. Just missing a joystick to play the PS1 would be a pity. But we don't need to force a GBA SP clone to have the function of PS1, I guess. For a GBA SP clone, V90 is very identical to the original one, while it's capable of supporting several emulators. So its greatest significance is actually to provide a relatively cheap option for GBA SP nostalgia. And the clamshell form factor does fit the commuting needs of city dwellers, with the pump-sized body easily tucked into a bag and the screen not too small. Are you a GBA SP fan? What do you think about PowKiddy V90? Welcome to comment.